Hello, let's talk about top 10 hardest bosses in Elden Ring. Oh yeah, a few important things. I will talk about only remembrance bosses, and not about another basic mobs with insane health bar as bosses. And also, in order to make this video somewhat interesting, this list will be based only on my first encounter against them. Because no shit lot on your field playthrough, you will devour all bosses alive. Okay, let's begin this list with Dancing Lion. To be honest with you, I added him just to add at least someone at number 10. I died against him 5, maybe 6 times in total. I would say that the main reason why this boss is hard is because of his lighting phase, in which after nearly every single of his hit, there is a lighting after strike, something similar to phase 3 Gael, but they are much faster. Yeah, he also has a freeze and air form, but honestly, they are more like annoying than hard to deal with. I'd say that this boss forces you to play as aggressive as you can. If you play this matchup like a little bitch, he will kill you over and over. And also he might start stealing your Estus flask. Yeah, he does it very rarely, but still. The best way to fight him is to take 2 great swords and just mash jump hits on him over and over. Fast weapons against him is not the best choice, simply because he just won't allow you to air one spam him over and over. Like I said earlier, I added him on this list simply because I wanted to add at least someone at number 10. And among all other remembrance bosses, he was the only choice I had. Number 9. I will say one thing and I want you to take it seriously. On my first playthrough I fought him for a while, and in land because of my shitty amount of damage, thank you Skylo 3 fragments, I decided to cheese everything fuck out of this boss. I summoned Igon, who is straight up immortal, and while Bell kept hitting immortal NPC, I and my mimic tier just spammed this dude with Destined Death Ash of War, aka with Malekith's greatsword. After a while I thought that killing him this way was a bit not interesting, and I decided to fight him again after a while. In land, after getting wrecked for a while, I realized one very important thing. Oh! Wait a second, I have anti-dragon katana, and this boss is a dragon. I probably should use this weapon against him. And the second I did that, he got destroyed. Okay, now let's talk about what makes Bell a hard boss. First of all, longest combos, insane damage reduction against everything besides piercing damage. He is very mobile, he has a very weird grab kit, and of course his phase 2 boom. And also in his phase 2 he does laser beam and lightning strike almost non-stop. Against him I would recommend you to fight either with anti-dragon katana or with greatsword, or 2 ultra greatswords. First one does a good amount of damage on medium range, and it's very easy to spam Bell with its Ash of War, while 2 ultra greatsword allows you to poise break this dude nearly 24/7. Why not other weapons? Well, simply because after each of his hits, he jumps away from you, and you just physically can do a good amount of damage to him with light weapons. And instead of that, it's just mathematically better to hit him once and do 4k damage than doing 600 damage per hit with, for example, my lady. Number 8.
Now, I'm really mad.
Oh boy, my first encounter against him was something unforgettable. I fought him before Skylo 3 patch release, when I had 3 level at 8 or 9 at best. And as you can guess it properly, he two-shotted me over and over while I barely did any damage to him. Not only Midra has insane amount of health, he did just absurdly amount of damage. Actually, let me show you what he did to me in the heaviest armor with all 3 fragments and with physical and fire damage reduction amulet at max level.
It is the gypsy girl, the witch who sent this flame.
Yeah, it's not hard to guess how my fight against him went without all 20 Scattersphere fragments before a patch note. Yeah, he's slow and kinda predictable, but he's straight up a stat check boss. You have a good 3 level, he's fucked. No good 3 level? Well, sorry, you just got Avada Kedavra. After getting wrecked for a while, I decided to summon Mimic Tier and just cheese him will bleed and freeze weapon. Just like with Bell, I fought him after a while, and I would say that if you have a Sekiro tier, Katana on strength scale and bleed resin, he's fucked. Or you can take 2 greatsword and legally jump him to death. The choice is yours, take whichever you want. So yeah, in 2 words, his insane stats make him someone challenging boss. If he had less amount of health, he would be a walking punching bag. Number 7. Yeah, you might be shocked, but I killed pre-nerf Radan in less than 40 min. How? Well, after fighting him for a while, I realized that his creator was hardcore abused by his stepdad, and after realizing that, I just used the Mimic tier and jumped him with 4 ultra dildos, which probably represented his creator's childhood. After that, I decided to refight him again solo, but this time I decided to fight him with deflect tier, and in land he died on my 3rd try. I already said absolutely everything I want to say about him many times, and I don't want to repeat everything I said about him for a 5th time in a row. Number 6.
In today's Mr. Beast video, we have 50 miners versus 50 predators. Let's see which team will win.
Well, against Mog on my first playthrough I had 2 main problems. First is his second phase, in which he nearly 24/7 spams you with his bloody fire, which not only does damage to you, it stays on the floor, and if you just touch it, you will be micro-stunned and won't be able to dodge his hits. And as a reminder, his boss arena is very small, which won't allow you to completely avoid his flames. The reason number 2 is Nihil. Holy fuck, who was this big brain, alternatively talented person who thought that giving a boss move like that was a good idea? For a while I had no idea what's going on, and after researching for a bit, I realized that in order to counter him removing 3 or 4 of my Estus flask for free, I need to go in a random ass charge in mid game, get 1 bubble, and only will its help survive his Nihil, which not only heals half of his health, but at the same time it drains half of your health. Also a big problem for me against him was the fact with a regular greatsword in 2 hand, I did just absolutely low amount of damage to him, while he has realistically saying 30k health. And as a reminder, I did 400 damage per hit. Yikes! So yeah, in 2 words, Nihil and Bloody Flame OP. Number 5.
楽しく過ごそうじゃないか。二人きりで。
Yeah, you might be surprised, but Godric on my first playthrough gave me a shitload of problems. The main reason why I kept getting wrecked on him was the fact I was way too under level for him. I fought him as soon as I killed Margit, and for me he was just a huge pain in the ass, simply because I was way too under level for him. I didn't know that I had to clear this boring ass open world before him, and I thought that this is how all people fight him. Yeah, as it appeared I was the only one. Objectively saying, he's very weak. He's basically Margit but with extremely weak phase 2. The only problem against Godric is his phase 1, and as long as you survive his phase 1, consider the fact that you won. Simply because in his phase 2, he has so many scripted animations, you can straight up abuse him nearly 24/7. But despite all of that, I will still put him at number 5. Mainly because on my first playthrough, because of my underleveled character, I got straight up demolished. Number 4.
その姑息な手癖の悪さでもって どこまでしのぎきれるか。
In the beginning I was thinking about should I add him or no, because well he's a reference boss, but at the same time not really, but in the end I had a thought. Oh, wait a second, this is my video and I will do whatever the fuck I want, so I will add him on this list. Okay, now about Margit. As dumb as it might sound, Margit gave me insane amount of trouble. On my first playthrough I didn't do any side quest, aka killed basic mobs with health bar as bosses, and as you can guess it properly, I got demolished because I had base level and level 1 weapon. Yeah, Margit does a reasonable amount of damage to you in early game, but the problem is that for early game boss, he's very fast, he is pretty aggressive, and he has insane amount of health, and of course his delay hits that became a meme at this point. Yeah, right now these delay hits are very easy to counter, but on my first playthrough I kept panic rolling and because of that he punished me nearly 24/7. The best advice against him would be baiting his hammer slam, and after that simply hit heavy hits with great sword, or take this HF4 and spam it on him, because it breaks his posture bar nearly 24/7. And also yes, of course, you can go somewhere else, be level 60, come back and devour him alive, but that's not the most interesting thing to do, let's be honest. Bronze medal goes to Placido Sucks. Well, I already said pretty much everything I want to say about him in this video, so I'll Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V it. Placido Sucks is a mid-tier's boss fight done wrong. Not only he is more tanky than mid-tier, not only he has a resist to everything in this game, not only camera angles against him blows, he also has many dumb moves such as lightning nuke, lightning strikes, sometimes he'll breathe fire at you, and if you got hit by that even once, you are just dead, because when he hits you for the first time, he will stun you, and as soon as your character wake up, you will burn alive. He also has Meteor's laser, but unlike Meteor, who had one laser, they have two lasers, because as we all know, more lasers equal more fun. And unlike Meteor, who could be punished really hard after his laser beam, they can't be punished. And also my absolutely favorite part, in phase 2 he will teleport away, and you have to spin camera over and over, and you have to guess from which direction he will strike, and if you didn't got it right, you will be full health one-shotted. Yeah, in 2 words, because of his insane damage reduction to everything in this game, and because of his many nail one-shot hits, I will give him number 3 spot.
I love your smile.
Silver medal goes to Maleket the Black Blade. I honestly believe that he's the hardest main game boss of Elden Ring, and there are a few reasons why I think like that. His phase 1 he's just annoying. In phase 1 he spams air quicks, will throw boulders and a stone shotgun at you, and also he'll poke you with his stone blade. And also he's pretty fast, but you can poise break him very easy. The real fun begins in his phase 2, and oh boy, imagine Champ Gander but even faster, with more damage and more aggressive. Yeah, that's Maleket. Nearly all his moves will reduce your max health a bit, and also he has some burn effect that burns your health a bit. He has many wombo combos, he is just stupidly fast, and also he's jumping away almost non-stop. Also, as far as I know, he's the only Elden Ring boss without these stupid delay moves. He won't stay FK in mid combo, rethinking about his life, and only after that he stops you. If he swings, he hits. In this fight you should push 24/7. If you won't be aggressive and let him push, you will 100% lose. Don't be passive or you will teleport to a bonfire over and over. Also, many people call him a disbalanced boss, but even though I can somehow get that, here's the thing. Despite the fact that he is very mobile, despite the fact that he just pushes you 24/7, and despite the fact that he does a shitload of damage, he has very small health bar. He only has 10.6k health. He has almost as much health as Morgoth and Radan. So if you won't stay FK and push him, you can easily kill him because of his low max health bar, unlike a few bastards that not only are very mobile and do a shitload of damage, they also are very tanky.
Snake. I'm a snake.
Mesmer without a doubt not only is the best boss of Elden Ring, but at the same time he's the hardest boss of this game. Well, at least for me. This dude has absolutely everything. High amount of damage and health. He's very aggressive and mobile. He has longest combos, very fast gap closer, delay hits, super delay hits, magic at all ranges, phase 2, many AoE hits, grab hit, a solid amount of combo variety, and extremely high arsenal of moves. Yeah, it's not Cinder or Morgoth level moveset variety, but also it's not worse. In 2 words, he has absolutely everything. You have no time to be a spectator. You constantly have to move, hit, parry, dodge and other stuff. He just is a non-stop dynamic and fast boss who punishes your mistakes nearly 24/7. There are too many things that makes this boss somewhat easy boss. After his very strong hits, he has a very big window for hits, and the main reason is his low posture bar. If you have a weapon with high posture damage, he is fucked. The best example of this without a doubt is Crucible Knight Greatsword. 2 hits will is Ash of War, and he has his posture bar broken, and you can repose him and do pretty big amount of damage. On my first playthrough, I fought him at 3 level 9, and he absolutely demolished me. Yeah, it's because 3 level system sucked as LAN, and honestly even now it still sucks a huge balls, but a fact is a fact. Mesmer killed me more time than any Elden Ring boss, except for one boss. Well, this is where this video ends, but let's talk about Malenia for a bit. I know for a fact many people call her the second hardest boss in Elden Ring, or maybe the hardest boss in Elden Ring, depends on how you feel about Consort Radahn, but I don't agree with this take at all. Even though Malenia killed me a shitload of time, objectively saying Malenia is extremely easy boss, because she has low posture bar, she has almost no resist at all, she does a low amount of damage with regular hits, yes she has a lifesteal, but that's not the issue at all. The thing that makes her a hard boss is her dumb outplay insta-kill button, which can one-shot even a dude with 2k health. And you want to know the funniest thing? On Nexus mode, you can find a mod that disables her waterfall dance, and I swear to you, 90% of you can first try her this way. She is literally a one-move boss, and sorry, but calling a boss who can kill you only with her one ability a hard boss is a very dumb take for me. I don't consider Malenia a hard boss, just like Mr. Incestual Gaylord without parries or Ancient Dragon. They all are straight up bullshit bosses that have no justifying at all. Well, that's pretty much it. Type who are the top 10 hardest bosses for you, and if you like my video, press something under it. With this, I will say bye bye to you, and I will see you next time.